So here we are again, and again we're looking at various giftings and callings within the life of the churches across the whole of our benefice here. And one of those that hopefully that most people will be aware of, or that hasn't escaped, people's notice, is that the church don't just have a building on the hill in Saxmundham and one in Carlton and Kelsale and stuff, but we also have another building on the High Street in the term of At the Crossroads. So, Doug, can you tell us a little bit about what you do there and actually what is At the Crossroads?
Yeah, well, of course, I inherited At the Crossroads, having worked for about 20 years in quite a much bigger establishment before we moved to Saxmundham. I mean, they are there really to serve the community. So before lockdown, it was open, 6 days a week in the mornings, and people used to come. Some people came every day.
Right. Yeah.
And in fact, even now, when we're open just 3 mornings a week at the moment, and some of the customers are in there every day, chatting with the volunteers, with each other, and it's just a place for people to be able to go and relax, and it's safe, and they can look at the Bibles if they want to, but mostly they just sit and natter. So it's a safe place to be. I think that's how I like to think of it. But it's also a place where we can share the love of Jesus if they want to talk about that. So
yeah. So I mean, I guess tell me what kind of happens. I mean, it's a shop and a coffee shop. I mean, what kind of stuff happens there and things?
It's primarily, I suppose, now. It's primarily a coffee shop, but even that is sort of illusions of grandeur in a way, because it's nothing like Costa's. There's coffee, there's scones, and various other sort of biscuits and that sort of thing. But there's also books available for people to buy, and a few children's books, cards, a few sort of little gifts and that sort of thing of a Christian nature. So
if you don't mind, why do you feel, you kind of said that you inherited it, but I know you're passionate about it, and you've been passionate about that kind of thing for obviously a large part of your life. Yeah. Why do you feel called to that part of ministry, I guess, in terms of what we do there?
I think it sort of did begin 25 years ago, I suppose, when the shop opened in Horsham, that Christians and non-Christians need a place that they can go and they can chat with one another. I feel called to it because, the community needs somewhere like that. I was very much involved with the listening ministry at Horsham. Haven't been so much here, but it's an opportunity. Even if it's not formal listening, it's a chance for people just to share the burdens that they've got, I suppose. And around the wall inside inside At the Crossroads, there are texts around the wall just reminding people this is part of the church.
Yeah.
So, At the Crossroads is part of church, and that's why, people from the church predominantly are the volunteers. There are a few from outside the church that help out as well.
And how
in the church?
And how can others get involved in volunteering there, I guess?
Well, I suppose first thing, have a chat with me, or have a chat with Malcolm Shute, or pop into the shop when it's open and talk to one of the people that's helping there now. If we have more volunteers, we can open more than just the 3 mornings a week, which would be absolutely fabulous. Our limiting factor at the moment is that we've only got enough volunteers to cope with those 3 mornings a week. So
I hope that people are listening to this morning will follow up after the service, Doug, and speak.
Let's hope so.
Let's hope so, that we can open, because for many people I know, actually, they come into the Crossroads and they probably feel part of that community, yet they don't necessarily cross the thresholds of our church buildings. But actually, there's a witness and love of Jesus Christ in that building and the ministry you do there. So one, thank you for what you do and the team of volunteers in that ministry. And I hope that others will come and get involved in it as well, that it can be open more. It's a great asset that the church has.
It's amazing.
Yeah, and thank you for people like you and all the volunteers in that shop that help, I think, demonstrate the love of Jesus to all the people that come in. So
absolutely. Yeah. Thank you, Tom. Yeah.
Thank you.